Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is the number 19 review and final review of series number 9. Series number 9 being premium pouches. And we will be taking a look at the last Skoal blends product that comes pouched, and that is the apple. Right off the bat from the get-go here, I am not a huge fan of the apple. I know this because I have had the long cut version recently, within about a month ago. But I will try to be even-handed with the review all the same. Let's take a look at the packaging. So you got your Skoal blend metal can lid. It's got a very Granny Smith green apple in the center, fading a little darker towards the half circle bronze that goes past the S and the L of Skoal. In between that half circle and the outer boxed raised bronze rim, right in here where it says a pinch better since 1934, you have a sort of a gunmetal gray. All right, so the center color fades darker, but only to that half circle. All right, and then in between the half circle and the outer boxed rim, right in here, it is sort of a very sooty dark gray color. I call it gunmetal gray, but others may call it something else. The rim, the half circle, the border for the letters of the word Skoal are all raised and in bronze, and there is a slight raise between the upper and the warning label. Going around to the side, you have Skoal branding and the fact that it's apple tobacco blend and pouches. Manufacturer's information and the barcode. Manufacturer's information wise, it is a product of the U.S. Smokeless Tobacco Company of Nashville, Tennessee. This is a .84 net weight ounce can. And as always, it is tax class M, which is the tax class for dip. All right. Barcode. And you have the scrunched U.S. smokeless warning label, Skoal pouches, and the fact that's apple tobacco blend. And then general information, which is basically, this is 100% American tobacco. Underage sale is prohibited. Sale is only allowed in the United States, and this is, in fact, smokeless tobacco. Going around to the back, you have a standard U.S. smokeless tobacco fresh stamped, or guaranteed fresh rather, stamped can. When I say that, this guaranteed and fresh, it's like stamped into the plastic. It's part of the can. It's whatever mold they use to make these cans has guaranteed fresh. That's why I say stamped. It's stamped into the can. You can feel it. Okay? And then you have a sell-by date, which is February 24th, 2014. Last couple times I've put it real close, you couldn't see it. I'll see if this works a little better with the camera. Okay, so I am going to cut into it. Nice papery band that's well fitting on the can, so it does act as a seal. Cuts easy. I could smell the apple through there's not, I see people do it all the time in reviews before they crack the can. I'd be willing to say 95% of all dip you can't smell before, unless you have a bad band. But this is one of the ones that you can actually smell the apple before you cut the band. And it is open. There is moisture on the lid, which I'm not sure is going to register, but I'll show you anyway. It's up here. If you can see that. It's actually all over the lid, but that's the heaviest concentration, right at my fingertip there. So moisture level is good. These are the standard regular pouches, so it is a strong apple. If you put it right up to your nose, it's pretty strong. Good. If you see me going like this, I'm just testing moisture level on my lip because it's the best judge. It's very, very moist. I'm going to throw a couple of these in, but as usual, the can is very full and they've been compacted, so I am going to fluff them up a little bit. All right. So they're pretty good size. They're very plump. I'm going to hit the pause button and I will be back in a minute. Okay, and I am back. I'm going to give you another shot of the can because I can't quite remember what I did with that. They are the regular pouches. They are not the Flavor Flow. There are 15 to a can. You can see darker spots where tobacco is coming in full contact with the pouch material. So the moisture level is really good. To tell you the truth, this apple is not bothering me so much at the moment. So maybe I can tolerate a little better the flavor when it's in pouches. Here's my deal. I am a big fan of Stoker's Apple chewing tobacco, and have been for years. And that is, since I have that apple most often, that's, I guess, since I like it so much to begin with, but I've also grown used to it and accustomed to it. This is a very different apple. The stuff you've heard about the Stoker's Apple chewing tobacco being like, there's a well-known channel that referred to as like warm apple pie, something along those lines. That's a pretty good roundup. It is it's like a comfort chew. It is a very warm apple pie type apple. And there's no other real way to explain it. This is not that. It's definitely apple. In fact, they've done a pretty good job of it. But this is like a Granny Smith apple. It's tart. There's nothing really warm about it. And I have never been overly a fan. I do get it every couple years. And at first it's real good. Like, it's sort of okay right now. But after this one time, the second time, if I take more pouches out of this, it'll be like, you know what? I'm sort of going cold on this. They nailed apple. It's just the type of apple that they went for, I don't care for. Okay? It's a very crisp, tart, Granny Smith type apple flavor. I did like it a little bit better in the crisp blend, which is no longer around. Crisp blend and rich blend. This was my original information on those, and this is information from probably 2014. I'm not going to go well into it right now, but real quickly, rich blend, my information at the time was rich blend was actually a mixture of the cherry tobacco blend and the berry tobacco blend. And the crisp blend was a mixture of the citrus tobacco blend and the apple tobacco blend. That was my information at the time. I actually liked the crisp blend. Not as much as the rich blend, but I did like it, which is sort of odd because if my information was right, then it's made up of the two blends I like the least. So this product, it's all right if you like a tart, crisp, Granny Smith-esque taste of apple. And when I say like sort of leaning like a little sour, like a sour taste, like a sour candy taste, then you'll like it. But don't get confused in thinking this is like Stoker's Chew apple. They're completely opposite ends of the spectrum. Packaging's quality as always. No need to even go into that with this stuff. Flavor, as I've explained it. If you like that, then you may like it. Just don't think it's something, apple pie-ish. Nicotine's there. It's not going to be high. I may or may not leave this in through the uploading process. I may, it's in, why rock the boat? But I may not as well. Nicotine's there. The pouches are comfortable enough themselves. The flavor release is a little bit slower because they are the traditional Skoal pouches. Smell off the can. You know what? The smell off the can is potent. It's not necessarily bad, but it's like, whoa. And this isn't like a terribly fresh can either. I mean, this is going to be out of date in less than a month. So all in all, not for me, but I mean, if you're interested in a fruit-flavored dip and you like Granny Smith apples, green Granny Smith apples that lean a little sour, you may like it. You may very well like it. The product is safe enough. It's quality. It's just not. It's not something I care for. As I said, nicotine's going to be low. Smell off the can is very strong. Flavor's pretty strong too. Once it gets going, it takes a little longer because the pouches aren't the flavor flow. Does juice up. I think that may in part be I'm for pouches. I'm spitting pretty good here. It is a soury, tart mouthfeel to it, so which may get you juicing up faster. All in all, it's better than the citrus blend. Okay, I do not like it as much as the berry. It doesn't get close to the peach, and to tell you the truth, I haven't had the cherry in a very long time, so I'm going to have to revisit cherry for my own thoughts on it soon. But as I said, with all of these, even grudgingly the citrus, there's nothing sketchy about it, okay? It's a quality product and quality packaging. It's just got low nicotine, and I particularly don't care for the flavor. All right, so this has been the review of Skoal's Apple Tobacco Blend in pouches. I am the Suit&Tie Dip and Chew Guy. Do check out Berg's Dip Reviews, Winnington Outdoors, Dirty Pat Walsh, Wayside Lee 83. If you're wanting to see gaming type stuff, Real Talk Studios. And if you're interested in snooze products, you can always drop a comment at snoozefreak.com in one of his videos, and he will reply in English. Guys, I do hope everyone is well, and take care. God bless.